Previously on my Stray Kids adventure.
Oh my god! They were life-size!
Quickly! Leave it back! Leave it back!
Concert just ended. Here is my official concert review portion of this vlog. Before I review all of the things that I ended up getting at the concert, I'm going to unfortunately start with some negatives because we always start with the negative and we end on a positive note. There's not that many negatives though, so it's not that bad. My main negative is that sound check was extremely delayed. We were let into the venue at 3 p.m. and soundcheck was supposed to start at 4:30 p.m. and we were supposed to be let in at 4 p.m. to our seats, but we ended up waiting and we assumed that instead they were going to let us in at 4:30 p.m. but they didn't, and they kept hyping us up and being like, Section A, Section B, you know, like whatever section you were, like, are you ready? And then we would all start screaming and we'd be like, yeah, we're so excited, just for them to like not let us through. So I don't know why they kept hyping us up. And then we were finally let in at like 5:05 and soundcheck started at like 5:15ish, and then soundcheck went on until like 5:45. They did those 3 songs that I mentioned, and unlike when I had soundcheck for BTS, I actually do think that the price I paid for this and the amount of time that I waited was justifiable. And I'll get into why I think the pricing was a lot more justifiable later when I'm talking about positives. My second negative is that the venue water is kind of overpriced. They charge $8 for a bottle of water, and I paid $15 for a set of nachos. Even though there's multiple like food stands, every single line was packed, and even when they had like 4 staffs to one section, like the lines were moving extremely slow. That is not JYP's responsibility, that is Oakland Arena's responsibility, so Oakland Arena, take notes. Other than that, the security guards were extremely nice. The other workers were really kind to us. It was very straightforward. It was easy to find everything. And I think my last complaint is that merch was overpriced, as usual. This reminds me, my very, very last complaint, and I do not know who to blame this for. First of all, here is my decoration for my light stick. It just says Hyunjin and Felix. I'm kind of regretting the Hyunjin now because I don't even know if he's my wrecker anymore, but it's okay. This is what happened before I went to concert. Anyway, this light stick, my friend and I had issues with the light stick. Mine refused to connect to my phone. It kept doing the little blue light thing, and I followed the instructions. It just refused to connect to my phone. So I couldn't really connect it to the concert. But nobody was able to connect it to the concert. So people who did manage to connect their light stick to their phone, like my friend Jessica, were still not able to sync it up to the concert because there was no option for the Oakland concert seating chart on the Lightstick app. It was only the seating chart for Seoul, and that concert happened like months ago. So even if I would have managed to connect this to my phone, I wouldn't have been able to sync it up because the option for the Oakland show was not there. So I ended up just using it like this, or like this, or like this. But yeah, JYP, I don't know if that's your responsibility, but you gotta fix the light stick thing for this. Also, I'm sorry, Stray Kids, but I think your guys' light stick could be a lot cooler. Like, it doesn't even change colors or anything. It's just like an extremely bright white. And this thing that spins, I thought it would spin by itself, but no, you have to do it. And when you turn it on, it doesn't like spin on its own. Like, you know those like kid light sticks that when you press the button it spins? Like, why doesn't this do that? That would have been really cool. But yeah, now we're gonna head on to the positives as well as the item reviews. So, I have a lot of positives for this concert. And I'm going to continue referencing the previous K-pop concerts I've been to twice because it's the same company and the same venue, and BTS because it's the only other soundcheck experience I've had to compare it to. Anyway, so for starters, if you haven't seen my BTS concert review, please go watch that first because I'm not going to be re-explaining my entire experience that I had from there. Anyway, first of all, when I got there, the merchandise line was not like a 6-hour line wait. It was actually not that long of a wait. I think it was only maybe like an hour 15 minutes. And mind you, my friends, Jessica and Alondra, who you met earlier in the vlog, they were the ones that waited in line for most of it. I ended up showing up later, and then I just joined them in the line. And by the time I joined them in the line, I only had to wait like 15 minutes. But they pretty much waited that big portion. But there wasn't a huge line, and they had various types of merchandise, all very nicely decorated. It wasn't tacky or anything like that. I thought the Twice merch was kind of tacky. But this Stray Kids merch was actually really, really nice. Now, I did say it was overpriced, and I still do agree with that. But even though that happened, I ended up buying this baseball cap. This baseball cap was $40, and it was $44 with 45 cents after tax. So it wouldn't be the first time I pay this much for a baseball cap. The other baseball cap I've paid this much more was the Unis Honest baseball cap, which you would have seen me wear at the Crank Gameplays tour vlog thing, and that was a limited time merch, which the price for that is justifiable. This, not so much, but I went ahead and I bought one anyway because I really wanted it. Now, separate from that actual merchandise, the ticket that I ended up getting cost me $398, and it was for section B, third row, seat 16, which was an aisle seat for me, which was nice because I could move a little more into the aisle. I had like slightly different angles. There was one point at the end where I was like towards the middle of the aisle, and I was up by the second row at this point, and a security guard tapped me a few times, and then I just moved back to my spot. So they were like extremely respectful, and all of the people that kept moving up front were like pushed back, but everybody was extremely understanding and super nice about that. But yeah, going back to that is how much I paid for that. And I paid a lot more for my BTS spot. And go watch that video so you understand why I don't think that price is justifiable. But this one, extremely justifiable. Now, for the BTS one, I only received a lanyard and the little thing that says VIP. That's all I got for silver VIP. I think maybe gold VIP got some stuff, but that would have been even more money. Now, keep that in mind because I did also get a lanyard and a little like VIP thing, but that's not the only thing we got for paying $400 for VIP and soundcheck. They also gave us a fan so that if we got hot at the concert, we could just use this fan. Totally included in the package. And this says Stray Kids Second World Tour Maniac. It is a cheap fan, but you know what? It's cute. And I didn't end up using it at the concert because I didn't have to worry about like taking it out of my bag and whatnot. That was extremely nice. And it also comes with this Maniac magnet, which I will end up putting with all my K-pop magnets. And now, if you think that was great, okay, they made up for it when they gave us a whole power bank. Custom made phone charger with a keychain and everything because you purchased VIP. I didn't use it because I had my own power banks. But it was charged. My friend Alondra tested hers out and it was charged. So it had juice in it. And I like that it has this keychain, and I like that it's like engraved and like custom made. Like this makes it a lot worth it. Like, not only did they give us 3 things, but like even if they just gave us this power bank, I would have been completely okay with that. So I do feel like I got $400 worth of experience. I had an amazing seat where I didn't have to rely on the screen at all if I didn't want to. And they were life size. I was not watching, ants or roaches perform. And it was just a great experience overall. Now, moving away from the pricing and my seat or whatever, now I'm just going to talk about the rest of the things in the concert that I had a great experience with. The stage was great. The screens were a lot more reliable than they were at the Twice concert. There was 2 monitors on the sides that you can't really see in my clips too much because they were like right in front of me, so I didn't really need to. But it showed like each individual member, and the Twice show did that as well. But when they were talking or when they were doing those like special edition things, the big screens in the middle would also turn on. And it was still the individual member, but it was a lot bigger and there was more space. And when it was all of them, you could actually like really appreciate all of them in that big screen. But unlike BTS's, they didn't really show all of the members at once too many times. And I guess that was lacking. But aside from that, they also had this like top thing that had lights and like a circle that came down, and there was this like whole cute thing. But I definitely think that they did a magnificent job with the lighting effects and the projections and the camera work. Everything was beautiful, amazing, and it really made that experience very memorable. And I really feel like if the screens would have been lacking, the concert would have been lacking too, because who wants to go to a concert that has like boring lights, Another thing that was a positive is the confetti was extremely nice. Speaking of confetti, I actually kept some of the white confetti that was thrown, and these were like the red strings that were thrown. I think it was in God's Menu or Thunderous, I can't remember which one it was. But yeah, I got to keep a little bit of those things, and I had the wristband. And the sound was better than BTS, but I think because I was so close to the speaker, it was kind of distorted compared to Twice, because when I was sitting all the way back there, the sound was pretty good, but I think because I was close and like screaming and whatever, it was kind of distorted. But I still knew what song was playing when they were talking. I had no issues hearing them because I know that I had a lot of issues being able to hear BTS at that concert because SoFi Stadium's not really designed for concerts. And I had a hard time hearing Twice because I was all the way in the back and they need to like up their speakers back there. But I had no issues listening to Stray Kids when they were talking at all. And here's my like last concert positive before I like review all the stuff that I ended up getting. They had live music. They had a live band playing. They had a drummer, a bass player, a guitar player, and a keyboardist. They had live music. Now this is a big deal to me because the other K-pop concerts, Twice and BTS, did not have live music. There were some parts in the BTS concert that included some live instruments. Like when they did Dynamite, there were trumpets and trombones. But that was kind of it. There was no drums, there was no guitar player, bass, there was no band. There were just sometimes like backup vocalists and those brass instruments in that one version of, I'm pretty sure it was Dynamite. But for this one, the entire concert was live music. The band played all of them. There was no recorded track at all. Twice was completely recorded tracks. Mind you, they're both JYP. But it amazes me that they had a live band because I didn't think that K-pop groups did that. And I always think that live music is a lot more impactful than a recorded track, because a recorded track is set and it's very repetitive and it sounds almost exactly the same in all of the concerts. But with live music, they're free to extend their notes. You never know if it's gonna sound the same because the band members might add a little different of a flair. And it just made the concert a lot more enjoyable, and I could really feel the instrumentation like through my bones, and it was just, I love that they had a live band. And I'm also saying this because my other two favorite concerts that had like a live band that I really, really enjoyed were both of the Slash concerts, because that was live music and I really, really enjoyed those. And as someone who is a singer, I much prefer to sing with a live band than I do a recorded track. But due to my financial situation and accessibility to musicians, I end up using recorded tracks. But it really does hit different when it's a live group. And yeah, those are all of my complaints and my positives. My complaints, I do not blame them on Stray Kids at all. I actually don't have any complaints with JYP either. Honestly, it was just the delay. Oh, yeah. Very, very last thing now that I'm remembering. The concert was also delayed. It was supposed to start at 7:30, but they ended up pushing it to 8 o'clock, which is totally fine. Oh, yeah, this. The concert was 3 hours long. 3 hours long. 3 hours. From 8 to 11. 3 full hours where the group was completely engaged for the entirety of the show. 3 hours. I think BTS was 2 hours. The concert ended at 10 and it had started at 8 as well. But it ended at 10. Twice, I can't remember what time it started at. I'm pretty sure it had about the same start time as Stray Kids. I think it was like 7:30 or 8, and it ended around like 10 or 10:30. But Stray Kids pulled through with a whole 3 hours. And Han did a live freestyle. Like, they really did things that I have never heard of in other, like, K-pop concerts. Like, I've never heard of, like, RM or Suga or J-Hope doing a freestyle at a concert. And they've been doing concerts for way longer than Stray Kids. I haven't heard of any group that has done covers on their own tour. Like, maybe they've done covers, what do you call it? Like, maybe they've done covers for, like, award shows or something like that, but it's never, like, a thing that's, like, written into their tour that I've heard of. And in this one, they did that cover of the JYP song, and Changbin sang the song that he did on The Masked Singer, and Sungmin did a cover of an English song, I don't know which one it was, but I loved the variety that they had in this, and it was beautiful, and it really made for a very, very different experience. Okay, I'm done talking about that. Now let's review the stuff that I got. So the first thing I ended up getting was this banner. It unfortunately ripped, but I taped it back together. This front side, I think it just says something about, like, Stray Kids in Oakland, whatever. We were supposed to hold this up during the encore, but no one in our section really did that. We were all really confused about, like, when in the encore we were supposed to hold it. Like, were we supposed to hold it at the beginning of the encore? Were we supposed to hold it, like, at the last song? And nobody really knew what the last song is. But this is the front. We were supposed to hold this up, and then here's the back of it. It's just pictures of all the members and their names, and right at the bottom where it says, please hold up when encore starts. But yeah, so I'm sorry to the people that did this project. It was just really no clear instructions of when during the encore to hold this up. But that wasn't the only banner I got. I also got this banner. It has silhouettes of the members, and then over here it says, yeah, I'll be Starlost. And over here it says, got me feeling Starlost. So it's just about Starlost. And then here it says Stray Kids in Oakland and the date of the concert. I can't read Korean, and I can't remember right now what it is that it says, but I will put it here in text. So yeah, that's the translation. We weren't really told to hold this up at any point in the concert, but someone was handing them out, and I took one because I like free stuff. Speaking of free stuff, I got more free stuff. I got this Stray Kids cup sleeve, and it has photo cards, Bangchan and Hyunjin photo cards, and here is the cup sleeve that I will be cutting right here. But here's the cup sleeve. Very, very pretty cup sleeve. I haven't been to a cup sleeve event in a long time, so I'm glad that I have a new one. This was for their 4th anniversary. That's where that cup sleeve came from. Somebody gave me that for free. Then some people were also handing out free photo cards. I got a Hyunjin photo card and a Felix photo card. Now, let me explain the other thing that happened at this concert for me. If you watched my Stray Kids attempting to buy Stray Kids tickets video, you would have seen that I said Hyunjin is my bias. Because Hyunjin was my bias. I walked into that concert as a Hyunjin bias, and I walked out of that concert as a Felix bias. Felix is my bias, and Hyunjin, I don't even know if he's my wrecker at the moment. I know Han for sure is still my wrecker. Han was great. Han is kind of exactly what I was expecting, which is why he's still my wrecker, but he hasn't moved up or whatever.
Hi, it's literally 3:45 the next day after the concert, 3:45 in the morning. And I have thought about it and I've meditated it, and Felix is definitely my bias, Han is still my wrecker, and Hyunjin has now become a part of my record list.
Anywho, continuing on with the stuff that I ended up getting. Somebody was giving out free stickers, and I picked out this Han sticker, which is really, really cute. I like the sticker. And then that girl Rose that recognized me from my Stray Kids ticket buying video, she was also giving out freebies. I feel like she could have packed the stickers a little better because one of them stuck to the bag, but that's okay. There's this sticker of, I think, a teacup with a fruit basket, and Hyunjin's little Skazoo character is a sticker, and it comes with a little like hand sanitizer bag, and oh, somebody else gave me this freebie, but I threw it in here. It's another Hyunjin photo card because, again, I was asking for these freebies before I realized I was a Felix bias, but I still appreciate any card of any member ever. Anyway, so this is Hyunjin, and here's the back of it. Pretty cool. Anyway, continuing on with Rose's package. Here is a nice picture of Hyunjin in a little, like, holographic star sparkly package thing. Really, really cute. And it came with the little note that says, "Hello, Stay. Thank you for supporting the boys, and stay safe and enjoy the concert. Here's some more stickers, and then here are some other stickers to decorate photo cards and whatnot." And it came with a black mask, which is pretty cool because there were a few people who didn't have any masks. And then the last thing I collected at this concert is a little tiny OT8 photo card of Stray Kids, which I actually have the original photo card of this, so this is kind of useless to me, but I can give it away to someone who doesn't have that photo card. And it came in this little baggie. It also had 2 high chews, which I did end up eating, and this bracelet that I tied around my wrists. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now. I'm completely done with everything. I'm gonna cut out a lot of what I said. And overall, I'm gonna give this concert a 9 out of 10. Only because of the delay, the light stick, and the extreme overpricing of merch. But I enjoyed it a lot more than I did BTS's soundcheck, and I enjoyed it a lot more than I did Twice's concert. So, out of the 3 K-pop concerts I've been to so far, this is by far my favorite concert. And I think out of all the concerts I've been to so far, this is also my favorite concert. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, do all of those things, especially the like button, because YouTube actually cares about that now. So if you want other people to find my content, please go ahead and give it a like. And if you see me out in the wild, say hello. I won't bite. I'm very shy. If you wanted a picture, autograph, whatever, apparently people are recognizing me now. So yeah, just hit me up for anything. Thank you so much for watching, and I love you guys. Bye.